Hello. A new week begins as it is currently just past noon on Monday, September 14th. A gentle breeze can be felt this morning, signaling that autumn has come upon us. This morning, I made an earnest wish for us to live in a more peaceful time in the midst of this Mid-Autumn Festival, and I believe you agree with me. Last weekend, it was Chu Mi-ae who raised controversy through social media and public opinion. A series of incidents involving Chu Mi-ae's son's illegal extension of vacation are upsetting, discouraging, and frustrating us. Chu Mi-ae is a citizen and is currently the Minister of Justice. Can she be recognized as the Minister of Justice? There are countless comments saying, I don't want to admit it, and that the current Minister of Justice is not Chu Mi-ae. I'd like to sympathize with these feelings. Last weekend, Chu Mi-ae issued a message to the nation. First, to apologize for creating issues regarding her first son. Second, the issue regarding her son not returning is not just a single problem. There is nothing illegal. We expect a strict investigation by the prosecution. Finally, reform of the prosecution is a task that this era has assigned me. As such, reform of the prosecution is a task that cannot be abandoned. This is a general summary. In other words, she is not admitting to her son's illegal behavior. I don't admit it, so refer me in the Eastern District Prosecutor's Office investigation. No, actually, this will be the guideline. The result can only be interpreted as a sign that you have to be innocent. Hwang Hee, a member of the Democratic Party, added on to this. He was just mentioned as Hwang Hee, so I wondered if he was the Minister Hwang Hee. But it was Hwang Hee-won, a member of the Democratic Party of Korea, who talked on the phone with the on-duty soldier about Chu Mi-ae's son in this unheard-of situation. It was publicly revealed that the on-duty soldier said if the minister's son did not return soon, he would be treated as an unreturned soldier and that he would end up being guilty of desertion from military duty. This is defamation. They say that the soldier spread groundless rumors. So through social media, this person's name and face, I believe that even his face, was revealed. All of his personal information was revealed. I know that the strong supporters of Moon Jae-in, like Taeke Moon, meaning support Moon even if it harms me, have started to attack this soldier relentlessly. Like many bombs being dropped, this soldier is being attacked, even in this very hour. Does this even make sense? Even if a ruling party lawmaker covers up for Chu Mi-ae in Minister of Justice, this is still criminal. It's a lone criminal. There could be someone behind it. How can you say that? Assemblyman Kim Tae-seop couldn't hold back. You're still a Democrat, aren't you? He started criticizing publicly. Do you turn the citizen into enemies? We awoke this morning amidst this uproar from last week. As the Minister of Justice Chu Mi-ae invoked the right to direct investigations against the Constitution and the law. Channel A reporter Lee Dong-jae and prosecutor Han Dong-hoon conspired to create a case of collusion between prosecutors and prosecutors. And if they leave it to Yoon Suk-yeol's leadership, they cannot expect a fair investigation due to their special human relations with Han Dong-hoon and Yoon Suk-yeol. So leave the case to the Seoul Central District Court for investigation and leave the president out of the command line. To deprive of the right to command an investigation and only report the investigation and only report the results of the investigation by the Central District Prosecutor's Office. This is how the command was invoked. I told you about this part, right? In any case, the Special Investigation Command given to the Justice Minister as stipulated in the Public Prosecutor's Office Act clearly violates the prosecution's law to exclude the Prosecutor General from his right to investigate. The Prosecutor General's right to command an investigation is maintained. But where should we let the President take charge of the investigation? Take your hands off of it. If you keep the position and exercise your investigative authority, you make it unfair. The reason is that Han Dong-hoon and you have a special relationship. Isn't this it? That's how the command of the investigation was invoked and the central team investigated. The result is that Han Dong-hoon is not guilty. Not guilty. So you're innocent. You're innocent. The Minister of Justice's partial exercise of investigative authority is clearly illegal, and the result has been proven innocent. What else is the Minister of Justice responsible for? She clearly invoked the right to command investigations that violated the Constitution and laws, and, as a result, none of its legitimacy was recognized. Then what should I do? You have to back off on your own. You told me that the day after Japan's Attorney General exercised his right to investigate, he resigned and retired from politics, right? In his case, the invocation of investigative authority itself was not illegal. But Minister Chu Mi-ae, is this order to take over the president's command? The result proved innocent. I'm going to quit because I'm embarrassed. I'm not quitting. Then what should I do? The National Assembly should either impeach him or make a no-confidence vote, but the opposition party fails to reach a majority, so neither the impeachment nor the no-confidence vote will happen. I'm not quitting on my own. Of course, it's a matter of time to quit. It is impossible, even in the National Assembly, to stand back, then the president who was appointed by the Secretary of State for Justice thus undermine the rule of law and exercise illegal command as a result? Of course the president should tell you to quit. The type to stop you volunteer to type in whether you're president in there. The will of the Moon Jae-in to the last moment of today must be silent president. Keeping. Then what should the people do? What should we do when a person who cannot be recognized as the Minister of Justice is in the position of such an unlawful act? Oh, we elected a lawmaker and a president. We've chosen the president and the congresswoman on the premises that they have to uphold the Constitution and the law. Ruling party lawmakers are taking the lead in defending Minister Chu Mi-ae, while the president keeps silent in this illegal state, and the number of opposition lawmakers falls short of the number. Then what are we, the people? What should the people do? The people who are the masters of this country should step up. The sovereignty of the Republic of Korea lies with the people, and all power comes from the people. You have to exercise your right to resist. In this way, the only way to make the National Assembly realize, make the ruling party realize, make the president realize, and make the person concerned, Justice Minister Chu Mi-ae remains. We expect the prosecution's stern investigation into the Justice Minister's investigation at the Seoul Eastern District Prosecutor's Office, charges of desertion of military duties related to his son this time. There is nothing wrong with my son's unreturned before him. You've given us guidelines, haven't you? Who is the head of the Seoul Eastern District Prosecutor's Office? He was the head of the criminal department at the Supreme Prosecution's Office 2 months ago, and the Eastern District Prosecution's Office investigation team interfered with the investigation, not to attempt to raid medical records of his son's private hospital. Deputy prosecutors and senior prosecutors who claimed the raid at that time, one flew to the countryside and the other resigned. And the chief prosecutor and the investigator who received the statement did not state the fact in the statement report that the two lieutenant colonel and senior officer of the unit each received an external pressure call from Chu Mi-ae's aide to extend their vacation. After that, each of these two men went to the funeral. The prosecutor became the deputy chief prosecutor, and the investigator went to the Supreme Prosecutor's office. And this time, they joined the investigation team again. So if the Minister of Justice has exercised his right to personnel management and to make sure that the results are reliable, there will be a fair investigation? In the end, I have no choice but to talk about this sad stuff. And I'm sure the viewers who are listening to this broadcast are also very sad. Number 1. Minister of Justice who invoked unconstitutional right to direct investigation. Number 2. Minister of Justice who has lost fairness in investigating cases involving his son says he will continue to reform the prosecution. You've done something that's completely against the prosecution's reform, right? And I will reform that prosecution again. The Justice Minister took office in January, dismantled all investigation teams for Living Power, and the Ulsan mayor's election fraud case, in which the parties to the Living Power were indicted, and Jo-guk Gate scandal. The Justice Minister who remains calm about such series of measures that require the investigation team to be completely disorganized and acquitted. The main opposition party said this morning that this is what the leadership said about when and at what point we should exercise the right to protest. Minister Chu Mi-ae is sitting there, spreading a virus that harms fairness. What is the president's position? Came out a statement. Everyone, it's very gentle and soft, right? Well, it's gentle and soft. It continues to spread viruses that hurts fairness. What is the president's position? It's amazing to look at this opposition party. It's my turn a few last month broadcasting exclusively like this. The National Assembly on key issues from Lee Yong-nam of Cronyism and about this behavior. An unusual determination by Moon Jae-in, is head of the president said, they contend with. This is a matter for negotiation. The minister who spreads the virus? What is the president's position? I should meet him. We'll have to meet it today. Get rid of Chu Mi-ae. Oh, that's how it should have come out. Let's wait.